Welcome into the Convocation Center here for this PSAC men's tournament matchup between the 4th-seeded Cal U Vulcans hosting the 5th-seeded Gannon Golden Knights. Colin Kirkwood Wednesday night, as IUP is the #1 seed in the West. But of course, these teams split the season series. Cal U got the win up on the road at Gannon back in January, and just back on Saturday, Gannon got the win here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the Vulcans have changed in order for game plan type of things, especially coming from a short week preparing for the same team you just lost to. Obviously, it was a different atmosphere. Some things happened before that game that really sucked the life out of the arena, but thankfully, we're back at it again, and we're ready to get another rematch going. And if they win this game, I believe they can keep up with IUP. They've been up with IUP.
This game first here before we start talking about that. I like where you're thinking, but a lot of basketball left to be played before we can get there. Only conference tournament in action right now. Mountain East Conference will not begin until Wednesday. The CIAA wrapped up on Sunday with Winston-Salem State getting the victory in the tournament over Fayetteville State in the championship game. So Winston-Salem clinched a berth into the NCAA tournament, and that's what's on the line here for the winner of this tournament as well.
Yeah, and the Vulcans are just trying to come out here, start off strong, and get out to an early lead. That's what they like to do best, because when they do it, they keep it. And
they were behind the 8 ball a lot in the last matchup between the two. In fact, both of them, Cal U didn't lead until under the final minute of the game on the road at Gannon, where they got that win, and they snuck away with it 68-64. But, Devin, let's check out the starting lineups on who Gannon's going to bring to the floor here today.
And Gannon had number 4, Frank Webb Jr., a junior from Baltimore, Maryland. Number 5, Chris Clancy, freshman from Staten Island. Number 10, Kevin Dodds, sophomore from Downingtown, PA. Number 21, Matt Johnson, senior. And then number 33, Deontay Sierra, senior from Chicago.
Cal U is going to bring a look to the floor that will go a bit like this. It will be number 0, Jermaine Hall Jr., the combo sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland. Number 2, Tim Smith Jr., the combo freshman from Lakewood, Ohio. Number 3, Zion Collins, the guard sophomore from South Riding, Virginia. Number 5, Brent Pegram, the guard junior from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. And number 11, Luke House, the combo freshman from Norristown, PA.
And right there on your screen, you can see Jabbar Parker literally... Jabari Parker, that's
wrong one.
Bulls.
We're thinking Jabbar Ray here.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a Bulls player, but Jabbar Ray, that was the incident that happened before this game on Saturday, and good to see him healthier than he was, clearly on crutches now, trying to be on the road to recovery, so
but
prayers
he's here
out
to
to
support
him.
His team. Gannon in their road maroon with black trim and yellow lettering. Cal U in their home whites with the Vulcans word mark across the chest. Who's going to win the tip? Goes to Pegram, and here we go. First round of PSAC play is a go from the Convo Center. Zion Collins off the roll. Pump fakes, gets his way through Webb, missed it.
Right there, great pump fake and being able to get the floater that he wanted the whole way. Just couldn't convert on it.
Vulcans recently snapped a long losing streak against Gannon back in January. It was a 6-game losing streak against Gannon that they were able to snap before the loss back on Saturday. 6 to shoot now for the Knights. It's Cicero onto the inside, and he gets the first 2 points of the night for Gannon.
And this is something that the Vulcans are going to really have to work on, fronting the post and allowing the help defense to build off.
Pegram towards the top. He'll skirt his way through there, and that one's launched out of bounds, but it will stay on this end of the court.
Yeah, it was a great block by Gannon. Good help defense, just sending that one out of bounds. And great take by Pegram, just putting his head down and doing what he does best, trying to throw it up and in, just couldn't get it.
These teams have certainly seen a lot of each other. Second time in 3 days they're playing as Hall fires away from 3. He missed it. Went for the tip back. Did Smith. Rebound goes to Cicero.
Yeah, and Smith tried to get the one-hand tip. Didn't really work out there. Maybe you want to try and get the 2 hands up there.
Gannon comes into this contest 14-12, 13-9. Cal U 18-10, 14-8. Onto the outside for Cicero. He's going to line up a long 2. Rattled out. Went for the tip back. He'll stay with Gannon. He'll kick it back out for another opportunity at something. Looks like they'll settle for a 3 chance here off the front. Another rebound for Gannon.
And this is what kills the Vulcans right here. Second chance, third chance points. So Gannon just tries to really
They slow
deteriorate. Yeah, they try to disintegrate the defense of the Vulcans, make it non-existent with all these possessions.
Here's Webb with 0 on the shot clock. Missed it off the back, trying to track it down. Zion Collins really got roughed up on that, but he finally was able to draw the foul.
Yeah, got slapped in the face twice there by Collins.
It'll be the first on Kevin Dodds, first on the team here. 7:56 and running in our first half. Thank you for joining us for this first round PSAC matchup. It's the 4-5. Of course, the 3-6 on the western side is UPJ. They are hosting Slippery Rock. Onto the out, here's Hall. It was a low pass. He had trouble corralling that one. It ended up racking up a travel.
Yeah, right there, the stutter step. They're going to call that 9 times out of 10. That stutter step off the corner when you're trying to drive in is crucial.
2-0. Onto the far side, they dump it off. It'll be back with Matt Johnson. Pegram locked in on Johnson. They'll pass off to Webb on the outside. Here's Webb, walk the line. Missed it.
Yeah, Webb put his head down and tried to go in at everybody.
Smith really kicked up the tempo there and got the drop-off pass from Pegram, but couldn't finish it off. Now Cicero on the inside, perhaps mistimed that one. Looks like we'll have a foul call.
And it's a late foul call on Tim Smith.
First for Smith, first on the team. And we'll send Cicero to shoot a pair. Cicero, an 85.3% free throw shooter, able to drop in the first. One more on the way. The Illinois product from Chicago lines this one up, and he gets both on that trip.
And like I was saying when we were doing the women's game down on radio, free throws is going to be a big aspect of this game if it's a close one.
You're a big advocate for that.
Like the two before, I bet you in the 65-64, Vulcans were leading in free throws. That's why they won.
Here's Pegram onto the inside. Went for a putback there to Smith. Was just off by an inch or two.
I like the aggression there by Smith.
Gannon holds a 4-0 lead. Saw them really make use of their substitutions the last time on Saturday, so we'll see if they start to bring different players off the bench later on in this one. Johnson trying to keep that ball. Takes a dive, ends up out of bounds, and Vulcans grab possession back.
Great play by Collins, hitting it off of the Gannon player to make it go out of bounds.
Pegram walks it up the floor here, crosses midcourt. Now is a dodge of screens for him to get there here. Zion Collins will catch and shoot a 3. Too strong off the back. Rebound once again, Cicero. He's been cleaning the glass here early.
And Vulcan starting off slow on offense, but are keeping it on defense. This is a 4-0 game. It's still a lot of time, and you don't want to be that team that gives up the points rather than just being cold on offense.
Cicero baseline jumper, drops it through. Jordan Poole-style jump shot there for Cicero.
Yeah, it was a nice turnaround fader.
Vulcans find themselves in a 6-0 hole as one will set to come in for Cal U at our next stoppage. They bring the double. Vulcans looking out of sorts here. Yeah, it's a pesky team. They seem to have the number. Over to the corner, a three-point shot for a Hall. Missed it. Smith able to grab it, and a foul called on the floor.
Yeah, and you can see Gannon really has the upper edge right now against the Vulcans. Not only the lead, but in mental aspect. They already came over here and beat this team. So the tape for this game is really going to be...
And it'll be the tail of the tape between both of our teams here, Cal U and Gannon.
And that's really going to be the field goal percentages for both teams. You look at 45% field goal percent compared to the 44, and that's just such a close margin. You look at the points, 80 to 70. the 10 points for. That's going to be a really big aspect, because if it gets up to 80 points, Cal U has the advantage because they've been in that ballpark before. They've been in high-scoring games. They're
an up-tempo, high-scoring team.
Yeah, they've been able to do that. It's going to be out of sorts for Gannon if they just keep going at it back and forth, and then once they hit that 80 mark, they're going to be like, what happens here? We've never scored this much before. Like, do we cool down? Like, what?
They set the tempo in the meeting on Saturday, and I think that was one of the keys to the victory, because really in the January matchup, towards the end of that one, the Vulcans really pushed the pedal, and it kind of got Gannon uncomfortable in playing that fast of a game. And I think that's what really contributed to them winning here. But Gannon really locked down. They controlled the tempo throughout the entirety of that game on Saturday, and that was the downfall of Cal U. They're still trying to get the lid off the basket here. It's a big first step. Here's Pegram trying to do it himself. Off the front, he got the bounce. 6-2-3.
That's a nice home bounce for the Vulcans. Love to see it. Pegram sees the ball go in. Now it's only up from here.
Only made one three-pointer in the game on Saturday, so he's tied the mark here, looking to have a bounce-back performance. A tough outing against Gannon. They really locked in on him as a travel called on Cicero.
Yeah, you can see he picked up that pivot foot on the right side. And that's what they called it. As soon as he pulled it, they blew the whistle, called it. Now Vulcans have an opportunity to tie this thing up or even make the margin even shorter.
Looks like one will come in for Gannon. Check that, make it two at their next stop. Here's Pegram, motors his way through, tried to swing it across, and we had a foul call.
There's a good take and a good kick out. A lot of great things on that short span of play from Pegram. He's a floor general.
It's Matt Johnson. That's foul number 2 for him. Third on the team, as we'll have 2 check-ins. It's Victor Olawoye and Maximiliano Andriata. There's Ajike getting himself on the score sheet here with a 2.
And the Vulcans just need to keep pushing it. As soon as they get the stop on defense, keep pushing it. Get the mid-rangers. Let Pegram drive to the basket. Let him ISO and then be able to kick it out to a wide-open Hall in the corner.
I think things are going to play well for Cal U, as Matt Johnson was a big element for Gannon as a turnaround shot for Cicero. Once again, he had a rather quiet outing the last time. He had 15, but really, Johnson was a 17-point scorer, and he was all over working the ball, got 3 assists to his credit as well, and they've got him on the bench early with some foul trouble.
And Cicero, being a senior, that's always scary to see.
He knows success. They've really pushed the boundaries of Gannon basketball, as they have had postseason experience throughout the years.
And once you're a senior, you don't want to stop playing basketball, as Pegram really just bodied the person off the inbound. Just great play design there. Don't know if it was designed or not, but it was a good outing for the Vulcans. But like I said, the senior aspect, you don't want to stop playing basketball. You're going to want to win out, and that's the scary thing about March Madness, quote unquote, is the fact that seniors can take over the game single-handedly. You look at Loyola Chicago like a couple years ago in March Madness. Their senior took them all the way to the Elite 8. It's just something seniors can do. It's a mindset that they have when it comes to March and it being the end of their careers here playing basketball.
House spin move on the inside, rebound by Andriata. Whereas Gannon did a few seasons ago make an Atlantic Region tournament appearance, so they know what it's like to play deep into the season. Ended up going to round 2 of the PSAC tournament in that one before being selected.
Yeah, they definitely have experience on this Vulcans team, as you saw earlier in the graphic. 2008, the last time the Vulcans have
had a home game. They have had road games as well, but here it's been a while since they've hosted, as it'll send Webb to shoot.
And that's a totally different element, because the road game, it's like you have less to lose on a road game. At a home game, you have more to lose. You have all the fans cheering for you and everybody cheering for you, and you just don't want to let them down, and that puts a burden on your back sometimes.
Webb drops in both. The 69.8% shooter gets it done. Vulcans still trying to chip into this small deficit here early in this one. Over into the corner, it'll be teed up for a long ranger. Whole way through Jermaine Hall.
And that corner shot, that's a shot right there. You want to be able to drive to the basket, kick it out, Hall in the corner for 3. And that's usually butter every time.
There's a steal. Zion Collins can push the tempo here, trying to leave it early. Went for the feed onto the inside, and GK able to control that one before it ended up out of bounds. Now Zion Collins charges in for 2. Got it, and 1 on the way.
And that floater is his best part of his game right there. He has the first step on every defender. And takes it straight in, draws the contact, floats it up like Derrick Rose off the glass.
Here's Zion Collins stepping up with a 74% free throw shooting ledger on the season off the back. Rebound Gannon. That was the first foul on Andriata. And 5th on the team. Just like that, they've got Gannon in a bit of foul trouble here.
And
still 12 whole minutes left to go.
You love to see that this early in the games like these, especially close ones, because like I said, the foul shots will come.
Collision there underneath the basket as it worked out for Gannon. It was Clancy. Tightly contested margin here. Looking for a backdoor cut there. Hall decides to go back to Pegram. Now they'll shuffle over, had a double for a minute. Now it's 1-on-1. Off the roll, GK will settle for the 2. Couldn't get the putback opportunity. Foul on the floor here. It's Andriata with number 2 and the 6th of a team. So it brings us to the media timeout. Let's check out the bracket here for the PSAC and see what's going on around the rest of the league. Other games going on include the following. Keeping an eye on the 3-6 matchup for the West, it's Pitt Johnstown and Slippery Rock. 3-6 on the East Side, Westchester and Lock Haven, as well as the 4-5 Millersville Shepherd. We'll see what's going on in all of those games. 39-26, UPJ has the lead, and they have hit their half already. Moving forward here, Millersville 41, Shepherd 34. They've hit their halftime mark as well. Most of these just getting started earlier, and close one at Westchester, 40-31. Lock Haven, a scrappy team. We saw them come to the Convo Center way back at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, Lock Haven is one of those scary teams that you don't really want to face, especially if they come to your house, because then that's all bets are off. They're really just taking it to them.
Of course, Cal U and Gannon here. Second time in 3 days that these teams have matched up in the same venue.
Yeah, and that's
just packed a bag and perhaps maybe got a hotel and just stayed here until Monday.
Yeah, and that's where Gannon really has the upper hand. They've came in here and they've won like 2 days ago. So they're not stressing anything right now. They're just playing their game like they played on Saturday, and the Vulcans really have to really draw themselves out of the hole that they dig themselves in on Saturday.
Back out a GK, and we can get back underway. Touch off, Pegram holds up top. Now gets it back. More touch passing here. Collins almost lost a hold of that one. Now he'll scoot his way through 3, put up a shot. Had the opportunity to fire away, was just a bit short on the touch as the foul called.
And that's his shot right there. That's a good shot. You take it, you split defenders, take it up, try and draw the foul. They don't call it, fall a little short. You just get back on defense and try and get it back.
Number 23 comes onto the floor for Gannon. That's Michael Terzi. Now here's Webb. He'll dump back off with this one. Still trying to find himself open for space. That one's out of bounds and will go back to Cal U. But Gannon, a team that brings a lot of size to the floor. Of course, they found a way to get Andriata on the bench here with 2. I mean, the 6'11", 205 of him. Michael Terzi coming in 6'10", 235. A lot of height to contend with. They've got wingspan as well. It's one of the other things that those larger players bring to the floor. Now the outside, Pegram draws up for a long ranger, rattles away. Webb with the rebound. Quick swat there by a GK, made it out of bounds, but Gannon will hold on to it.
And the Vulcans really have not took bad shots. They're just not falling at the time, and they'll come. You just got to keep shooting it and keep having faith in the shot.
Now we'll hand off. It's Olawoye on the run. Back up to Cicero. He'll tee up a long ranger off the front. Webb tracks it down. Now at the outside, one's hit to come in for CalU at our next stoppage. Webb will try a three of his own, and that one's long as well. Rebound House.
Yeah, great rebound box out by House. Now Pegram pushing it, so you just...
GK with a long two was right inside the line. Ties it back up.
And that's good IQ by Pegram. You had two people in the backcourt trying to press you, and you just split them and hit the wide open shot.
One now set for Gannon on our next stoppage as well. Had an opportunity for Turtsy, just floated the pass a bit long.
And now Alexander will come in for Collins. See how he will fill in for this game. And actually, fun stat, he is the most efficient three-point shooter on the team with the highest percentage from three so far in the season.
.43% from the field, so he's got it by a good statistical advantage there. Another three fired away off the back for Phil Alexander. Speak of him as he brings down the O rebound. Now tried to feed it on the inside to a GK. It's stolen away by Webb, and now he's got some wheels, so they body him up to slow things down to House.
Yeah, that's a great foul. You don't like to say great foul a lot because no fouls are really that great in all hindsight, but that one, to be able to stop it, no momentum, you have it. It's 0-0 right now. You don't even have to look at the score because it's all tied up, so you're just trying to play your game, and the Vulcans really trying to dig themselves out of the mental block that they have right now.
Tipped away again. We'll hold on with Gannon. One check in there was Jonathan Harewood. He's the sophomore from Baldwin, New York, after the first foul by House and fourth on the team. Now Harewood will draw a matchup with Alexander. Cicero battling for footing against Hall down low, so bring it back out to the perimeter. Work his way inside, turnaround shot. He does have that height advantage over top of Hall and made it work.
Yeah, that's just a great turnaround jumper there, using his body to shield him from being able to Hall being able to try and get the block, and just having that little bit of height advantage goes a long way.
Pegram's got a one-on-one, sheds his matchup. They work it around well. Open shot opportunity, high off the back, looking for the special, can't get it. Here's cutting inside Hall, still couldn't finish.
Yeah, sold himself short on that one.
Ooh, collision there, and I think we might have two players shaken up, as it looks like one might have taken a foot to the head, and the other one took a foot to the head as well on opposite ends there.
Yeah.
Both are hopping up. It was Olawoye and a GK in on the collision.
Yeah, a lot of out of control take there by Gannon. Just didn't really have himself gathered. That's why he was accustomed to fall and
trying to keep the tempo rolling here. Kelvin Jefferson trying to chat with the officials here, wondering if any team is going to get any kind of call out of this. Jefferson, a coach who made his way to Gannon after having success on the Division I level of college basketball. Kicks it back out for Cicero. Now Olawoye up top. He spent 12 seasons as an assistant coach in Division I. It was Old Dominion and helped them get to their first ever NCAA tournament berth.
Yeah, so he's definitely been there, and he can show these players that it's tough.
What it takes to win.
But you got to do a lot. You got to put the work in. And that's what the Vulcans are starting to do, especially with this young lineup they have. The oldest being the junior, Brent Pegram.
House with a turnaround shot, drops it in. Been a close affair throughout the entirety. First 2 points of the game for House. Now they'll fire away from three with Olawoye. He's long off the back. Rebound goes to Smith. Nothing coming on that possession as well, as Gannon will cook backwards now.
Yeah, not the smartest shot that Pegram could have took, but
largest lead has only been 6 in this game for Gannon. Vulcans trying to find their first lead of the evening. Now to the top here, Olawoye fires that one to an open Cicero with 4 on the shot clock. Tries to go high off the glass. Rebound goes to Ajike.
And Pegram has a wide open Alexander.
Take a look at that. They finish off in style.
This is just a great pass by Pegram. He saw it right when I saw it.
There's a block away by Smith. Now the tempo can continue to be higher up for Cal U as they are attacking this Gannon defense before they get set and drop in another 2 for Smith. And just like that, Vulcans got the lead, 20-18.
Yeah, great take there by Smith. Even able to go through contact even though they didn't call the foul.
Building starting to support their Vulcans here, enjoying playoff basketball on campus for the men's side for the first time in a long time. Women's team, of course, have been bringing playoff action to the Convo Center. They're in the midst of their 20th straight appearance in the PSAC tournament. To bring us to another timeout, let's check out the team leaders for both of these squads, Devin.
Yeah, some of the team leaders to go for the Vulcans is Pegram leads the team in scoring with 20 points per game. Rebounds goes to Hall, and that's 7.3 rebounds per game, and that's really a big aspect of the game. You want to be able to get a lot of rebounds. You look at assists and steals, Pegram leads both, and then minutes, House leads in minutes for the Vulcans. Now for Gannon, you look at their scoring leader, Cicero. Rebounds, Cicero. Assists, Johnson, and steals, Webb Jr., and then the minutes goes to Clancy. So Cicero having 2 out of the 5 categories there. Just looking to see what he's going to bring to this game, especially said it earlier, he's a senior. He's the senior on the team, so you're going to look to him a lot today just to see his reaction to a lot of things, because this could be potentially his last game playing basketball.
Something you don't want to think about until it finally happens.
Yeah, you want to avoid it at all costs.
Vulcans only have 1 senior on their roster right now. Of course, that was Jabbar Ray, as he continues to root on his teammates from the sideline after suffering an injury on his senior day Saturday. So all these guys not done with basketball yet.
Yeah, they got a couple years to go, these young bucks.
They float high on the inbound pass there, batted away by Ajike. Gannon will keep this one. Vulcans just recently took their first lead of the ball game. That was big for them as they really struggled to find the lead on Saturday. And check that off the list of things you want to accomplish. Cicero on the outside, bodied up by GK. You really can't do much else on the defensive end.
Yeah, he's going unconscious right now, and you don't want to see that if you're the Vulcans. He has 12 points of Gannon's 20. So you take his 12 points away, it's a blowout.
He's taken 9 shots from the field so far, leading the team in that regard as well. Ooh, and put him on skates there on the outside. Alexander tracks it down. Thought we might have saw a backcourt there as Alexander's ankles were towards the outside. Long three-point shot, nothing going.
Yeah, Cicero is going to have to be the person you have to lock down if you're the Vulcans, because he's not going to go away without a fight.
You said like that, he's the leading scorer, leading rebounder in that break. That's the epitome of a senior leader, as that one's turned back to Cal U via travel.
And right there, you could see he kind of stuttered on the spin, and that's what caused the whistle to be blown. And now Pegram. Vulcans really got to start capitalizing off the turnovers and off the mistakes that Gannon is really making.
House on the inside, foul called on the floor. We'll see who this one goes on. It'll be Clancy with the foul, first for him and 7th on the team. And we'll send House to the line for the 1-and-1 opportunity, looking to cash in on the front end. First appearances on the evening for House. Earns the back end.
Yeah, now they're 1 for 2. California is from the free throw line, and Gannon is 4 for 4 perfect.
76.8% shooter for House, drops both of the pair. Pushes that lead for Cal U to 22-20. Here's Webb on the outside, fake the lob. Thought he was going to shake his matchup loose. Cicero still battling for footing on a GK, and another great defensive effort there. At one point he has to miss, and that was the point.
Yeah, he's complaining that he got fouled, but all real hoopers do that. Just say and one after every shot. Don't matter if you get touched or not. You always be complaining if it's a foul. You're always in the ref's ear.
Up to the top for a GK. They move the ball around the perimeter. Pegram really got tripped up on that one. Swung it out to Smith for a three-point opportunity. Rebound goes to Gannon. Now Webb cooks forward. He's got some wheels, and they really had to work on him to slow the fast breaks as he can really blow defensive plays up quickly.
Yeah, definitely. And Pegram picking his second foul up, so they'll sub him out for Collins, but he cut off the offensive player there a little bit too early and was called for the blocking, used a little bit too much of his body.
It's the sixth on the team in addition to Pegram's second there. Zion Collins checks into the game for Brent.
Yeah, and great cut by Gannon. Had Collins on the floor for a wide open layup, and now ties it up just like that.
Zion Collins tried to go off the back and count it.
And I did not, I know he didn't even think that was going in. That's why he crashed the board so hard. But nevertheless, shot goes in off the backboard. You love to see it.
Balanced tempo game so far. Vulcans have been flirting with pushing the tempo higher, but Gannon still inflicting their will. Three-point shot off the side. Rebound goes to Collins.
And everybody found a body there and boxed out. That's something the Vulcans really have excelled on over the season.
Look at House with the move on the inside. Got the bench fired up.
Yeah, the up and under by House, just finishing with the left as well. Just really showing out right now for the Vulcans.
On to the top, Clancy goes back to Cicero. Nearly at the halftime mark here. About 3 minutes left, and here's Webb trying to make his way onto the inside, and a foul called as three Vulcans converged on his location.
Yeah, and they'll probably call that on Phil. You saw a little bit of a push as he was falling forward. So Vulcans just trying to keep it going up 4. As you said, they try to push the tempo a little bit, but you got to just play your game.
And that'll be the first on Alexander, 7th on the team. We will go ahead and step aside with 3:15 left to go before halftime. Cal U 26, Gannon 22. Stay tuned for more basketball action right here on CUTV Sports 1, CUTV, and the PSAC Network. Courtside here for this PSAC tournament. Cal U holding that slim margin so far, 26-22, in their first home appearance in this tournament since the year 2008. I'm sure that year rings a bell for a lot of fans in this area. Of course, Pittsburgh Steelers, Super Bowl time back then.
Ooh.
Penguins were in the Stanley Cup final against the Red Wings, didn't win. The Pirates were playing baseball. Playing baseball, that's pretty much it.
Don't know what they're doing now, pretty much.
Frank Webb Jr. steps back to the line. Got the first of the 1-and-1. He stays perfect, 3 of 3 on the evening. Of course, the winner will advance to take on IUP Wednesday evening from the KCAC on the campus of the Crimson Hawks. Could be a doubleheader for Vulcan Hoops as the women's team clinched their trip to IUP earlier this evening. It was a close matchup between the Vulcans and the Crimson Hawks the last time from the Convo Center. Only a 9-point win for IUP, Devin.
Yeah, IUP has really on and off with a couple of things in their game, implemented into their game. They give up a lot of offensive rebounds, and that's what they struggle with.
Had a foul called on the inside part. It was Javier Valerius. And we'll send Jermaine Hall to the line for 2. First appearances for him this evening. He's a 69.2% shooter. Able to finish the first. One more on the way for the sophomore. Toes up to the line. Gets ready to go. And rims that one out, so he'll split his first opportunity. Devin, you're the kind of guy who's going to continue to make sure you want to say you win that free throw battle, you've got a chance in this game. And you've been right all the different times you said that throughout the season, and you're going to continue to stand by it here, and you're not going to let anybody change your mind.
No, nobody's going to change my mind. There's not one case that I've seen so far in my lifetime where there is a person that has significantly outshot the other team in free throws and made more, and they lost the game.
Drop it in for Zion Collins. Continues to be clutch near the basket.
Zion Collins really likes to absorb contact and throw it up after the fact, and that's exactly what he did there and was able to make it fall.
It's the second foul on Olawoye, 9th on the team. One away from that double bonus for Gannon. Missed the and one opportunity. Cicero able to grab it as the final 2 minutes of the first half are almost complete. Bounce onto the outside. Cicero and Hall on the inside has been an amazing battle to watch throughout this one. Cicero has the height advantage and a half over top of Hall, but he is not letting him gain an inch down there as Webb runs onto the inside, threw up a shot with 4 on the shot clock and a foul call.
And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get it all the way down to the end shot clock and go straight to the line. That's the perfect outing for offensive drive, is just to be able to go up and in the defender with 4 seconds or draining the clock out, and then have easy free throws that don't even take time off the clock.
First one was good for Webb. This is off of Phil Alexander's second personal and 8th on the team. Missed that one. Rebound House. It was poked away by Webb, and they get a 3-point swing out of that.
And that could have been the best scenario that they could have ever dreamed for.
One set to come in for Gannon at our next stoppage. Zion Collins gets the defensive foul here. That could have gone either way. I'm a bit surprised. I thought we were going to see the offensive call. But Cicero picks up the first. And 10th on the team, and it will send Zion Collins back to the line once again. Still looking for his first make, as he had 2 and 1 opportunities, and there it is.
And here you go. You start tallying up the free throws. Make sure you have more than the other team. I'm telling you that at the end of the day, you make more free throws, you win the game.
Next one up for Collins. Rattles around and drops. Got a lot of bounce on it, but he'll take the complete trip. Jonathan Harewood finds his way onto the court again for Gannon for Olawoye. About a minute and a half left to go in our first half of action. Webb bodies up against Smith. Dribbles his way on the inside, rolls right off his matchup. Missed it wide right. Collins on the attack. Slides it back out. Hall alone for a 3-point chance. Bit strong again. Rebound goes to Gannon.
And Hall has that like Paul Pierce type of shot where it's all base. There's a little bit of a wide base, and then you have the 3. And speaking of Paul Pierce, in 2008, matter of fact, the NBA Finals MVP was Paul Pierce, and they ended up winning. The Celtics won 4-2 against the Lakers.
Here's Tim Smith with a 3-point opportunity. There's a good one for Smith.
Goodness. History fact right followed by the great 3 by Smith.
Down to under a minute here, 34-27. Looking to have a strong defensive possession here to help close out this first half for Cal U and take some momentum into the locker room. Play stopped here as we had a foul called.
Yeah, double foul on Alexander and a Gannon player. Let's see, number 1. Javier Valoraz.
2 fouls on the floor. Number 12, Phil Alexander.
That's number 3 for Alexander. 9th on the team.
The other fouls on number 4.
And we'll have a timeout called here with 32 seconds left. And it looks like they're going to give the other foul to Webb. It'll be the first for Webb, and they've already hit 10. There's 32 seconds left in this one, Devin. Let's take one more trip around and see what's going on in our fellow Western game of action right now. Slippery Rock starting to bring it back here as they keep it close. 49-44, UPJ's got the lead, but there it is once again. You can see just how much things have changed since the last appearance.
Yeah, in 2008, like I said, if you're a basketball fan, Celtics won that year, and
well, you're in on the Celtics today, huh?
yeah, the Celtics are an interesting team. And it reminds me of this Vulcans team. The Celtics team now has a lot of young players, a lot of young talent. So does this Vulcans team. Has a lot of young talent. I believe we have a Jason Tatum on our team-esque and a Kemba Walker-esque. We have all the traits that they do. So it's a little bit of a good comparison if you look at it like that. But
so are we going to become the Cal U Celtics, or is it going to become the Boston Vulcans?
We got to change the logo again to Little Irishman.
32 seconds left on the clock. Gannon looking to inbound this one. They've got it towards the far side. Kevin Dodds checked back in for the Golden Knights with 7 on the shot clock. Spinning onto the inside, thrown up shot by Harewood off the back. Rebound goes to Hall. Now the shot clock is unplugged, so the Vulcans can have this last possession of the first half as it's 12.1 on the clock as Coach Sankum will call a timeout to draw it up.
Yeah, you want to be able to draw up a great play here. You love to see a nice 3 or even a backdoor cut to the basket, wide open layup. That's 2 of the major things. Back screens and double screens are what you're going to be looking for. And the over-help, like the over-exaggeration of help that Gannon is probably going to give on the 3, you're going to want to have a nice backdoor cut where it's just wide open.
Eastern counterparts going on. About 15 minutes left to go in the second half. Westchester 55, Lock Haven 43. 11 minutes left to go in the second half from the Ville, 60-48. Millersville holds the lead over Shepherd.
And March Madness is in full effect now. Second day of March.
And I think if I had to pick one team coming out of the East that could really be that run team, it's Millersville. They've got a lot of talent. They got some transfers as well as some homegrown guys. Vulcan fans might remember Kari Williams from Clarion last year, transferred over to Millersville. He's a tremendous talent for them, and they could be someone who can make some noise here. Down to 4-3. 2 over in the corner. Tim Smith trying to take in the locker room on a buzzer. Yes, he can. And that will walk them off in style here as they are feeling the swagger. 37-27. Vulcans taking the lead into the locker room.
And great 3 wide open. You want to drive and kick, and that's exactly what they drew up. The nice drive and kick in the corner, and that's the shortest 3 you can possibly make in basketball. And you make it, and you go into halftime, and you have a lot of momentum.
Devin, what are you thinking for Cal U here? Need to change anything or just sail course?
I'm saying you just keep doing what you're doing. You don't want to stop doing something and then you give up a huge run, which that could be the worst. That's the worst case scenario for the Vulcans. So just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're identifying as right now. You're driving in, kicking it out, shooting threes, getting offensive rebounds, boxing out on defense. That's exactly what you want to do. You don't want to switch up to zone. You don't want to do any of that. You can match up good with these guys, and you do. And the lead shows.
And what do you think about for Gannon? They've been around.
Gannon, it's an up-and-down course. They were up 6-0, and they've really worked the post game. I think if they work the post game a little bit more, maybe get the Vulcans in a little bit of foul trouble. I think Cicero could carry this team to a nice underdog victory, but it's going to be hard.
That'll bring us to the halftime break here. Stay tuned after this stoppage as the second half will be coming at you shortly. Vulcans lead 37-27. More basketball after this here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network.
Have you seen the new Cal U Vulcan logo around? Have you wondered where to get gear featuring it? Then go to calvulcans.com and click shop. Log on and browse a full selection of men's shirts, women's shirts, pullovers, hoodies, and more. All items feature customization with the new Cal U Vulcan logo and wordmark. The site also features a full selection of hats, tailgating items, and accessories. Don't be the last person to sport new Cal U Vulcan gear. Go to calvulcans.com today.
Well, welcome back from the halftime break here. Cal U leading 37-27. Devin, let's check out our halftime stats report before we get the second half back to action.
Here we look at some of the stats for the Vulcans. 3-point field goal percentage, 4 for 14, 28%. And then the foul shots, 5 of 8 so far for the Vulcans, and 7 for 8 for Gannon. So they're leading the foul shot margin.
Always going to keep the eye on that. That's Devin Stratt, and I like it.
And you look, the two top scorers for the Vulcans are Tim Smith Jr. and Zion Collins, both with 8 points. And then the top for Gannon is Deontay Cicero, the senior. So just some couple of stats just to give insight on, and also rebounds as well.
Might have an upset brewing in the 3-6 matchup for the western side of things. UPJ 62, Slippery Rock 61. There's about 5 minutes left to go in that second half. Could see a big upset on the western side of the bracket. Well, let's see how our second half pans out starting now. It's Johnson onto the outside. Matt Johnson passes this one off to Chris Clancy. Now back to Johnson. Johnson feeds inside for Deontay Cicero. His turnaround shot. He is picking up right where he left off.
Yep, exactly where he left off. The little post game and then nice little short mid-ranger.
37-29. Vulcans still holding the lead after that big three-pointer at the buzzer. Threw up a shot. Second chance opportunity. Zion Collins with the focus to put it away.
Yeah, Zion Collins basically falling forward on the first shot, readjusting himself, getting the rebound, and taking a nice second wide-open layup.
Johnson dashes his way inside, able to shed his matchup in Pegram and gets a two to duel with the other.
Yeah, just a great take there. Had the first step on him, caught him off guard, and took it straight to the basket. Wide open layup.
Swung out for that one. Smith ended up with a hand on it. Coach Sankum is beside himself looking for some kind of call to come out of that tangle up on the far side there, but they won't get it.
Yeah, Coach Sankum not looking the happiest, but always got to keep a poker face.
It's a big part. Cicero on the give and go for Johnson. That was poked away and will stay with Gannon. We've got 14 to work with on their shot clock here.
Yeah, Gannon's going to probably take this all the way down unless they get a better shot or a wide open shot.
As they do try to keep the tempo in a more balanced towards slower side of things here. That's the way they like to play. Johnson dashes in with 2 on the shot clock, and that one sent into the second row there at the buzzer by Hall. Volleyball style. That's not until the fall semester.
Exactly. You got some of the women's volleyball team at court side saying like, oh, we might recruit Hall for the season.
Get him out there as the team manager. Now it's slung wide over here. That was just shook loose over to the corner. They do it again, trying to find the open opportunity around the outside of the arc. Pegram inside, had Smith cutting through, and they'll call the defensive foul here.
Yeah, it's clearly a block. You could see him sliding, and you're always going to want to, argue the call if it's not your team. But at the end of the day, he was sliding, and his foot may have actually been in the restrictive zone as well. But nevertheless, Vulcan's ball.
They've got it back in, and they make good.
And that mid-range from Collins is it's unstoppable.
It was Clancy with his second foul and first on the team for Gannon in the second half. They keep it to a double-digit lead here. That's going to be the key. That's really what Gannon was great at in the last matchup back on Saturday. Good pump fake there by Johnson to make some room. Couldn't make good on the shot, however.
And now Hall will likely slow it down. But yeah, like you said, they've got to keep it out. Got to keep out in front of Gannon to hold this lead. It's easier to hold the lead than to try and gain it.
That's right. Got some space for Clancy. Now goes back to Cicero. No corner for Johnson. Pegram trying to stick with him here. Johnson straight through and a foul call.
And he really just puts his head down and takes it straight to the basket, kind of like Pegram does on the other side. So just two of the same type of players going at each other. It's a great matchup tonight.
Here comes Johnson to the line, making his first appearances of the evening. Johnson shoots 83.8%. Makes good on the first, but now Cal U might have to deal with some issues here. Devin, that's 3 on Pegram, and that was the first on the team as well, but 3 for him now and your team leader.
Yeah, that would be a really big buzzkill if he was able to pick up another one real quick. So you just got to be smart if you're Pegram. Don't want to get another one quick. Don't even want to get another one the rest of the game. That should be the goal.
Luke House off the dump. Now he'll attack. Ran out of room, kicks it back out for Brent Pegram. Tiptoes his way around a matchup, down to 10 to shoot. Smith was calling for it the whole time, tried to put up a shot, a bit too long in that, out of bounds it goes.
Yeah, right there. You love to see the call for a wide open shot, but when you call for it, you're expecting to at least hit something there. As nobody was even on the other side, I think House tried to loop around for a cut in the paint, but nobody was even close to the opposite side of the shooter.
Frank Webb Jr. at the top of things, working on his matchup in Collins. Still trying to make his way through. He's a shifty player. Missed that second chance opportunity, nothing going. Rebound goes for Hall as Webb continues to body him up, trying to force another turnover. He did that the last time on a missed shot, able to poke it off the rebound, and he put good on it.
Yeah, and a lot of teams, you don't really like to see that. Maybe if it's one of the bigger offensive players that don't really handle the ball that well or don't really have the ball in their hands for that long, they like to get a little pick, but if it's a foul, you don't want that kind of foul.
Gannon with a fast break 3. They drop it in from Clancy.
Yeah, and that's just great an offensive splurge from Gannon right now. Now you get a little bit of comfort that you're starting to gain a nice run here.
House shook his matchup loose, will charge inside, dump back out. It's Hall up top. Bounce and shoot off the side, right into the hands of Webb.
Yeah, I think he thought about that one too much. He jumped higher than normal.
It was a good play there for Gannon. Not a good opportunity for Dodds, though, as he missed it completely. Right on the doorstep.
Sankum yelling, saying
Nothing
slow
new
it
there.
down. Yeah.
He's a big yeller on the sidelines. He is passionate about the game, and that's one of the things I love to see about his coaching style. High off the glass there, almost in the upper 90 for Collins, but drops it in.
Yeah, and you could hear people in the crowd, and one, because that's exactly what it looked like it was about to be, an and one. He loves to draw the contact and shoot it up off the glass.
Broke a nearly 3-minute scoreless drought for the Vulcans. Ball loose on the ground, and it popped straight out and went into the hands of Hall there. Now Pegram's in a 3-on-1 scenario, so I would advise to coil back and wait.
Yeah, that 9 times out of 10 you're not going to try and take to the basket, especially when they're all significantly taller than you. And
now another foul called.
And you could see from the beginning of the half that Johnson was really just coming out with a vengeance, really, just trying to go at Pegram. Don't know if Pegram might have said something to him, but yeah, really just elbowed him straight in the face. I don't know if they might call it more than it already is. They call it actually intentional. So, yeah.
Third for Johnson and second on the team. And they will call it the flagrant one.
Wow.
And they'll bring us to a media timeout.
Yeah. It's definitely a little bit of malicious intent you could see, especially with him driving to the basket a couple times. You could see he was trying to run over Pegram. He was trying to inflict pain on him in some way, but Gannon really just has to stay composed if they're trying to get back in this game.
Let's check out the bracket here one more time before this media timeout runs through. We'll see what's going on with the PSAC men's bracket. The men's bracket for the PSAC. Devin, you can see it on your screen there. We had an upset brewing in Johnstown, so we'll have to continue to keep an eye on that one.
Yes.
It's all square here at 71 apiece with 2 minutes left to go.
Yeah, and whoever wins that one will face Mercyhurst, so that'll be another interesting game to see if Johnstown can get an upset against Slippery Rock. But yeah,
Other way.
or Slippery Rock can get the
There we go.
against UPJ. But you look at ours, we'll face IUP if we end up winning this game. Gannon could possibly go to IUP, make a trip as well, but it's going to be a tough one. This game is not over by any means. Keeping the tempo.
Both teams back onto the floor here. So Pegram will be shooting off the flagrant one. Up and through for Brent Pegram in his first appearance at the line of the evening. He's a 78.9% shooter, so just about 79, and those two maybe help round him up there.
Yeah, definitely, especially for Pegram. You love to see the ball go through the hoop. If it's on a free throw, a layup, you just love to see that happen because it gives you the confidence and boost that you need to just keep shooting.
Out to the outside for Smith, and now they'll go into the corner. Zion Collins working on his matchup in Olawoye. Along the baseline, swung back out. GK is alone. Gets bodied up, threw it inside for Smith, and that one's sent back. Return to center there for Pegram. It's down to 2 seconds. He's forced to throw one up off the side. Still trying to track it down over for Brent in the corner. Now he throws that one away, and now Gannon can push the tempo. Olawoye 2-on-1, goes up against it. Heard the footsteps, missed it. But there to clean it up is Johnson. That's fundamentals.
Yeah, right there. You always follow the fast break because if both defenders go back just like that just happened, then you'll be able to get an easy rebound and an easy 2 points.
Still nursing that lead. Cal U is in their first home playoff appearance since 2008. They have had playoff appearances on the road prior, but they have not hosted in quite some time. Collision here on the court. Johnson was in on that one. Pegram chasing it down as well, and that will go in the favor of Cal U.
And back to the 2008, I believe March Madness in 2008, Kansas ended up winning that one, but that was the year that Steph Curry and Davidson made a huge run late into
See if somebody
March
can
Madness.
step up on this team and help them make a huge run too. And that'll be the fourth on Matt Johnson, so he will have to be subbed off here, and Webb Jr. will replace him. I'll mop it up here. Want to give a quick shout out to Cal U alumni. Dan Crick tuning in from California, the state, not the town. Lives in San Jose. Thanks for tuning in to support your Vulcans on the opposite coast. Off the spin, here's Zion Collins. Tough finish. Thought he was going to have a chance for another, but he'll settle for the two.
Yeah, the double clutch almost messed him up in the case of just finishing, but he needed the double clutch because if he didn't, it would have got blocked. So that was just the easiest way for him to at least get a shot attempt.
Zion Collins finishes on the first after the second foul by Dodds, and that's the fourth on the team. Next one on the way for Zion, and he makes good on a full trip, 2 of 2.
And now the Vulcans really converting on free throws, which you love to see that.
Here's Webb on the outside. He was the superstar in the last matchup back on Saturday. Second time in 3 days these teams are playing. Zion Collins was in on that defensive effort, though, as GK ends up drawing the foul on the block.
Yeah, a lot of movement. Just hit him with the body. That's all that was. It wasn't really anything major. It was just hit him with the body, threw him off course a little bit, and caused the ref to blow the whistle.
Back in play here, Olawoye trying to shake loose of House. Still a 10-point lead.
Ooh.
Olawoye with the step-back opportunity, and he tried to sell that one. They'll call a foul on the floor here.
Yeah, on Tim Smith Jr. with a hold. And you could see he was trying to box him out so much that he tangled his arm with the the offensive player and just didn't work out.
Cicero catch and shoot opportunity. Bounce, 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 but couldn't get it to fall. Now GK is up on the fast break. House ran out of room. He's got a double. I don't think he saw him over there. Still trying to hold this one. And he'll force Sandcombe to call a timeout for Cal U. That was the second on Smith and third on the team, by the way, for Cal U.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was looking at there. Just, you never want to pick up your dribble in a corner, and he had a wide open teammate right in front of him. So I don't know, just got to be able to keep your head up if you're the Vulcans. If you're going to keep pushing it like you are, that's what you got to do. You got to get back on offense, get back on defense, maybe leak out on defense just so you have a great outlet pass so you're ready to go in the fast break.
Slippery Rock will not go away for UPJ in the 3-6 matchup. It's 75-71. Mountain Cat lead here. A minute and some change left to go. It's been an exciting one. Keeping a second screen on up here in the booth. Over on the eastern side of things, 79-70 Westchester leading Lockhaven with 2 minutes left to go. And it has gone final from Millersville, 79-69. The Marauders are moving on to round 2.
And I could see, you said earlier, Millersville has that potential to be a shocker. I think they could be the Loyola, the Davidson of the PSAC.
They're going to be the Millersville of the PSAC for sure. Try to fit themselves into those matchups in this exciting time of year. They draw a matchup on Wednesday night against Shippensburg and Hydges Fieldhouse, and if they're going to be the team to do it, that's going to be the place to prove it. Shippensburg, a tough home team. Cal U saw that back in December when they traveled to Hydges and dropped that game by 19.
Yeah, it's a tough game to watch, but like you said, they have a great home field advantage, but that's the one scary thing is those away teams don't have anything to lose. They're really going there, and they're going in somebody else's house, and they're just trying to take it from them.
Luke House firing away from deep. Cans it.
Yeah, that was nothing but net there. Great catch and shoot. He knew exactly what he was going to do as soon as he even looked his way to pass the ball.
Gannon still working with this Johnson, and rather that was Olawoye, pardon me, on the inside, but it was a defensive foul.
On House, the blocking there, which, I mean, there's been a lot of blocking calls, a lot of hip checks. That's what they're basically calling.
Second foul on House, fourth on the team as that shot missed its mark. Rebound by Ajike. I'll have to get it across midcourt here, and they do. Zion Collins cruising forward against Cicero. It's much faster than Cicero. Might not be the matchup Gannon wants. Dumps off to Smith. He's in on the large side for Maximiliano Andriata. He's back into the ball game.
Yeah, that's not the shot the Vulcans want. You can hear Sancom say, move the ball. And
that could have gone either way there. So it was set up and called a defensive foul. If that would have went, it would have been Johnson's fifth, and he would have been out of here.
Yeah, so just Collins is putting his body on the line there. Love to see it. Just unfortunate of the outcome.
It was the second foul on Zion Collins, fifth on the team. We'll go ahead and step aside at this media break. Cal U 50, Gannon 37. 11:53 left to go in this action here. Stay tuned for more basketball right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network.
Have you seen the new Cal U Vulcan logo around? Have you wondered where to get gear featuring it? Then go to calvulcans.com and click shop. Log on and browse a full selection of men's shirts, women's shirts, pullovers, hoodies, and more. All items feature customization with the new Cal U Vulcan logo and wordmark. The site also features a full selection of hats, tailgating items, and accessories. Don't be the last person to sport new Cal U Vulcan gear. Go to calvulcans.com today.
Welcome back here to the Convocation Center. Cal U 50, Gannon 37, with about 11 minutes left to go before we crown a winner. And that winner will earn the right to take on IUP Wednesday evening from the KCAC.
It's going to be a tough atmosphere to go into Indiana and try to win in the postseason, as there's a lot of bad blood between IUP and the Vulcans, particularly in the regular season. But
here's Matt Johnson at the line now out of the break. Drops in the first off the foul that he drew earlier. It's the 6th for Johnson. It was his third attempt from the line. He's now 2 of 3. Looking for 3 of 4, having to make a quick mop break here. For a bit slick for Hall on that far side, down on the blocks. Johnson with the shimmy. Can he drop it? Yes, he can.
And the Vulcans really have been struggling today from three-point land, but not as much as Gannon. Gannon is 1 for 11, 9% from three.
Hall rises up for a shot. Rebound goes to Cicero. It's been a stretch where towards the middle of the second half, it's a long shot for Webb. Cicero is in on the rebound. Surprised we didn't see an over the back there.
And they actually call it late.
I was a bit surprised that they weren't going to let that one go, but it does show up. Around this time, Devin, we've seen the team here. I mean, it's a young group of kids, and we've seen this problem where it just seems they go quiet on the offensive end. They struggle to make some shots, and then it flusters them a bit. This is where you're going to have to lock in and not have that become an issue.
Yeah, this is where you buckle down and you just make sure that even if you're not scoring, you have to lock down on defense. The scoring will come with time. You just don't want to force anything. And once you start forcing everything, the other team has already gotten in your head.
Had a great fake there to make some room, as we had a foul called on Webb Jr. Second for Webb and sixth on the team. Pegram onto the outside, and now for Zion Collins. Floats it in for House. He draws the double. Tried to hit a GK on the backdoor cut, missed him.
See, if I'm House in that particular play, you have a dude on you that has 4 fouls. He's shorter than you. I'm going straight at him. Because if he fouls you, he's out the game and you get to go to the free throw line. If he doesn't, he's gonna play ultra safe on you and you're gonna have an easy layup. So it's one of the two things you got to really start trying.
Oluoye motors past his matchup and drops in a slick looking two.
Like, even at this point, I get the ball to Luke House as much as possible just because I know that he has 4 fouls.
Off the dribble here onto the inside. Collins tries to go cross court. That one's snatched by Oluoye. Pegram motors back on the back step, and that one's blocked. But I think they're going to count this one, as it looks like they'll say it was on the way down.
Yeah, it hit the backboard before it hit the backboard again because Hall hit it into oblivion almost if the backboard wasn't there. So
good thing that didn't happen, because I don't think we have a backup backboard. 10 minutes left to go here in our second half. Winner advances to IUP on Wednesday. Vulcan's women's team will already be making the trip as they defeated UPJ in their first round matchup earlier this evening. They'll face off against the Crimson Hawks. 4 on the shot clock. That one is thrown up, not getting a foul on that one. Bench is animated. Now they'll push it. Pegram steals it. Now he'll go back. It's a 3-on-2 the other way. House has it. Thought about a shot. Takes it in. That one's batted around, playing a game of pinball here. Out it goes, and it will stay with Cal U.
I'm surprised Pegram slowed up, because you have Johnson, who has 4 fouls, under the basket, and that was your only defender you really had to go at. So either he's just going to take a charge and pray for you to run into him, or he's going to foul you.
2 substitutions for Gannon. It's Kevin Dodds and Chris Clancy back onto the floor. Long pass to a GK, and it will allow Pegram to rotate his way back in and reset.
And right now, I'm going to give it to Collins, because I know Collins has the step on Johnson, and Johnson has 4 fouls.
Hall gets it for a highly contested 3 and finds a way to drop it through.
And that's picture-perfect shot right there. The pass from the inside right into the shooter's pocket, and that's nothing but net all day.
Back up to a double-digit lead for Cal U. And Oluoye looking to solve the puzzle now for Gannon. Johnson on the outside, playing carefully with 4 fouls. Now 8 to shoot for these Knights. Here's Johnson. Turnaround shot. Can he get it? Missed everything. Out of bounds it goes. Vulcans get it back.
And got away with a little bit of a push-off on Collins. But nevertheless, ended up missing everything on the fade. Great defense by the Vulcans. Now have to convert.
Pegram now steps into his matchup, and they'll dump immediately off to Hall. They go back to it, and I'll tell you what, Oluoye is tight on Pegram. And it will award him a foul. It'll be the third for Olawoye, 7th on the team. Pegram's back at the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity.
And this is where the points can start stacking up for the Vulcans. If they keep making these free throws, if they keep ahead in the free throw game, they're going to end up putting this team away.
Earns the back end of the 1-and-1 after that make.
But once you start getting cold from the free throw line, the charity stripe, you really put yourself up for an open opportunity for them to come back.
Next one coming off the back rebound, Andriata. Andriata, the 6'11", power 5 for Gannon out of Argentina. Goes back off to the 4-foul Johnson. Andriata taking on Hall. It's a mismatch to say the least. And Hall will pick up a foul out of it.
Foul number 0, Jermaine Hall, his first.
Yeah, Hall really has, obviously, the muscle, as you can see, on him. Just the height advantage is just so much more with the wingspan of the hands and the arms, and it's just hard to defend.
Was the first foul on Hall, 6th on the team. Now a long opportunity, cashes in Olawoye. Waiting for him to find his spark here. He's been a thorn in the side of Cal U in the last few matchups, notably the last time out. He was quiet until later into the ball game. Then he really took off. There's a GK getting more baskets going for Cal U. Tack on 2 more. He's trying to keep that double-digit lead intact.
Yeah, it was a great cut by GK and a great finish.
Now he's going to try again, all away from 3. Missed it. Rebound goes to Babatunde. Looks like Cal U might try to take a page out of Gannon's playbook here and keep things slow. Now Pegram will motor onto the inside and throw that one away.
Yeah, you can hear Sancom yelling, "Pass it." They want to waste as much time as they can off the shot clock and get a great shot.
One set to come in for Gannon at our next stoppage. Andriata up top. Might not be the most comfortable up there, trying to shed loose a GK and dumps back off to Johnson. Now pull up off the cut on the inside. Nothing, going out of bounds, and it will stay with Gannon. Now bring us to another media timeout, so we will jump aside with 6:44 left to go in this one. Cal U 56, Gannon 46. Stay tuned for the finale of this playoff matchup right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network.
Pride and passion drives the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. From 55 NCAA championship teams, 294 individual national champs, and counting. Who's next? Make the PSAC yours. PSAC Proud is winning in athletics and in the classroom. Over 3,100 PSAC student athletes are honored as scholar athletes. It's a perfect mix of athletics and academics. It's time to make the PSAC yours.
Welcome back courtside at the Convo Center. Every game has gone final on the men's side here. Westchester 83, Lockhaven 73. They will advance forward into the next round of the tournament, and they will travel to East Stroudsburg on Wednesday. Of course, Millersville already punched their ticket after beating Shepherd 79-69. Their trip holds Shippensburg on Wednesday, and UPJ survives as they had a scare against 6-seed Slippery Rock 85-78. They get the win. And their next course of action will be Mercyhurst on Wednesday. One left to go here. Still haven't seen an upset yet in this PSAC tournament on either side, but that could be coming to a close here. There's actually one game going on the women's side of things. Bloomsburg, the 6th seed, looking to upset Kutztown on that women's side of things. They're up 60-57 with 8 seconds left. Finally see our first upset. Never thought we would see one in the first round. There's always one.
Yeah, there's always that one UMBC or the one Mississippi State.
Vulcans trying to not get upset here as they hold a lead over Gannon, who is the 5 seed, and they are the 4 seed hosting this game here tonight. Hall catch and shoot 3. That one bent to the left, rebound to GK. Had a foul called as he was trying to pass that one out. It'll be the 3rd on Webb. 8th on the team, so 2 more left to give here for Gannon, but a GK will step to the line. 1-1 opportunity for Babatunde in his first appearance of the night. Shoots 73%. Hard off the back, missed it. Johnson motored forward with that one and play stopped. Had a technical foul issued here against head coach Kelvin Jefferson. So he's starting to lose his cool down there.
And this is where you could get those free throws right back that GK just missed. You can get them right back with Luke House and get the ball back.
First one goes for Luke. That's his first try on that. Second one coming here. He's 3 of 3, now 4 of 4. And that kind of mental lapse can come back to haunt you in the long run.
Yeah, definitely. And making up for those 2 free throws was huge because now you get the double-digit lead back, and you have the confidence now that they're falling apart. Their coach just got a tee. One of their players has 4 fouls. Their senior has been cold in the last 10 minutes.
Jumper for Gannon, can't go. Rebound for a GK. Just need to grind these minutes down, Devin. Only 5 and some change left to go. And I think that's going to be the game plan here as Pegram will look to push some space off here. Now Zion Collins. They swing it to the outside. Pegram coils up for a 3 with 6 on the shot clock. Drops it in from near the bench.
Just a great shot, and he has big-time plays made this season. You saw with the buzzer beater. You've seen many times this season, and this is just another big play.
Closed out the win on the road in the double overtime victory over Millersville. Like you said, the buzzer beater over Slippery Rock on the road. Known for a lot of clutch plays here. And a foul called on the attacking play for Gannon. And Zion Collins getting number 3. That's the 7th on the team. So we'll see Webb at the line for 1-1. Pardon me, it's 2. First one for Webb Jr. drops in. There's a guy who's been dialed in from the line, Devin. That's 6 of 7 now.
Man, that's exactly what I was just about.
We'll try that one again here as the sub was trying to make his way onto the court a bit too early, so
as the buzzer was buzzed mid-shot. Never seen that before.
Hey, he made it. I'll give him that.
Yeah, but now they're going to have to reshoot.
He can't be beat on distractions.
And if he misses, he's going to have himself a fit.
But he doesn't. Gets that one. As Olawoye is back on for Clancy. It's only the 9th point for Webb.
And that's how Gannon could stay in this game. Only down 11, 4 minutes left. You get stops and you drive straight to the rack and draw fouls because now you're 1-on-1. And if you make the free throws, you can slowly start to come back.
That plus they're keeping Webb in check here. Webb had 25 points in the last matchup on Saturday, and they are really keying in on him defensively. Almost a steal there. Everybody goes diving across the court here. I didn't know if they were going to call a tie-up or anything out of that, but looks like Gannon's going to get the ball back, I believe. As Hall picks up a foul. It's the 8th on the team and the 2nd for Jermaine.
This is like the perfect outcome for Gannon on that situation. You get the clock stopped, you get 2 foul shots, and you get a Vulcan player in foul, and not in foul trouble, but give him another foul.
And we'll send Dodds to the line here. First of the 1-and-1. And he missed it. Rebound Webb. He's been very efficient at getting those rebounds off free throws throughout this one. We'll go back to the Vulcans.
Yes, Hall sent his first shot, and then he dribbled it out of bounds. Hall just amazing defensive blocker.
Slowing it down here, down to 4 minutes left to go. Vulcans trying to claim their first home playoff win since 2008. Onto the outside, House looking to make it a double date on Wednesday as the women's team will take on IUP from the KCAC with one on the shot clock along their rebound. House, and that's a great play there as they can continue to grind it down. Trying to make it the double date, Devin, here. They're only 3 minutes away from advancing.
And both teams have history with IUP, and they've both stuck around with them. So it's going to be an amazing 2 games.
IUP was in the top 10 at that point when they came to the Convo Center. Still are, but it was only a 9-point victory for them. And they took the lead, did CalU into the locker room the last time they played at the KCAC. So Vulcans could be up to the task. 3rd time's the charm. You know what they say. Still got to take care of business here before we can start game planning for that. Another media timeout, so we will go ahead and step aside. 61-50, the Vulcan lead with 3:07. Stick around to see if the Vulcans can clinch the victory and move on here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network. Back here with a 61-50 advantage for CalU. 3:07 left to go. Just have to grind it out here and they can advance to the second round at IUP.
Yeah, starting off March really good. The Vulcans are. Both Vulcans teams are starting it off, and it's just now the men's team really just has to finish this game off. You got to be able to make free throws down the stretch and basically outweigh the opponent in anything that they do. They score, you have to score. You have to outweigh their points, and you have to outweigh their free throws, outweigh basically everything except for turnovers.
Collins set to inbound this one. 3:07 the clock reads. Peter on the outside, they float it down. They find their way across midcourt. Collins continuing to motor here. Wouldn't be surprised if we start to see Gannon play the foul game here. As they continue to work deep into the shot clock here, they're down to 10. And that could come back to bite them later as that's a travel.
And that's not what you want to happen if you're a Vulcan fan. But Gannon, some sense of hope.
That's all you can really ask for in this instance if you're Gannon. Johnson drove onto the inside and tried to dump it off, and they get it back out for a three-point opportunity for Clancy, wide left. Here's Collins with this one. He was swarmed, and now I think they'll start to play the foul game here with 2:32.
Yeah, now already in double bonus. It's going to be tough to come back, and now all you have to do left is make free throws. And like I said it earlier, it's free throw game, especially when it comes to these close March Madness games. It's always free throw. You miss a free throw, you look back at it, you're like, what if I made that free throw?
Looks like we'll see two set to check in for Gannon here. Had a shift, missed the first one there for Zion Collins. It was the fourth foul on Webb, and just like Devin said, 10th on the team, so double bonus. Phil Alexander onto the court again for CalU, number 12. Split trip there on that one. Cicero is back onto the floor for Gannon. He's been a tough cookie to crack for CalU so far as he'll throw up a long shot wide left. And there's Webb once again stealing it off that transition ability. They're looking for a foul. They got one. It's Alexander with the foul. 4th for Alexander, 9th on the team. 1-1 on the way for Webb, and that's the guy you do not want to send to the line. He's 7 of 8.
Mm-hmm.
Looking to earn the back end here, and he can. Here's Dodds back onto the floor for Gannon. He'll sub off Cicero. Surprisingly enough. Looking for the back end. And got it. Back to a 10-point game, Devin.
Mm-hmm. And
another foul called here, and
it's offensive. That's on Pegram. So Gannon is really feeding off of the lack of energy per se from the Vulcans. Now they were a little bit too complacent with this lead. Now they can have a little bit of a chance to build something with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left.
That's the 4th on Pegram. And it was the 10th on the team as well. I believe Gannon will be taking a timeout here as Babatunde and GK and Dodds are back in for their respective teams. But this is a tough instance here, Devin. They find themselves still hanging around. I mean, you miss a couple of free throws off of the intentional fouls, and you make a couple long shots, you might have a shot.
Exactly.
They are going to have to break this cold streak, though. They're one of their last 7 from the field.
Yeah, and the three-pointers have not been good to them so far. I think in the single-digit percentage mark.
11.8. They're 2 of 7. Rather 17, pardon me, from the three-point line. So that just isn't helping their case whatsoever.
Yeah, but now if I'm Gannon, I'm charging at Ben Pregum. I'm charging at Pregum because he has 4 fouls, and that's the leader. You take the leader out. It's like you take the snake's head off, and the body will die. It's kind of like what you look at it. So we're just gonna have to see if Gannon can really stick around this much, if they're gonna really make an impact here and make a change, or if the Vulcans are just gonna stay hunkered down, stay buckled in, and hold on to this lead.
Johnson's set to inbound this one. They go long to Webb. Time running thin. Cicero reaches up to grab this one. They'll go to work on Hall on the inside turnaround shot. He's had that opportunity multiple times. And the foul call.
And that's perfect opportunity for Gannon once again. You stop the clock, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. You give Jermaine Hall another foul, and you go to the free throw line. It's the perfect opportunity for them, or the perfect outcome.
Here's Cicero back at the charity stripe. Hasn't been there in a while. He's only had 2 opportunities this evening, and he made good on both. Off the front on that one, those are ones you definitely want to have. Try to cut it back to a single-digit lead. Looks like we'll see some stirring on the Gannon bench here. Looks like 2 will be setting up as that one drops, and here they come. It'll be Dodds as well as Harewood and a GK for Cal U. Now they're going to full court press this one at Zion Collins. Was stripped away on the dunk attempt, but it will stay on that end.
Yeah, trying to go up for the dunk attempt, and I don't think Sancom liked that. You can see he's like, just take it up with the right hand.
They'll keep the ball here. GK's alone. Pegram gets it back, and he'll rotate back up to the top and try to squeeze some time off this clock here as we're down to 2 minutes left. He's getting some praise over there from Coach Sancom, saying, yes, that's it, Brent. Hold it up and keep it going. He's in a great scenario here. Back on the outside, Zion Collins now. Bodies up his matchup, and Olaway goes off the glass and drops it in. And they can smell it over there.
Big-time players make big-time plays, and Collins has been here all game doing big-time plays.
Gannon missed another shot. Back onto the outside for Olaway. Coils up for a 3. Missed it. Rebound again goes to Hall. They continue to make the push. They're looking for the tie-up, but they'll call a foul instead.
Foul number 1, Jonathan Harewood.
It's the foul on Harewood, first for him. We'll take the trot back down for free throws here as we are in double bonus territory.
2 shots.
2 on the way for Hall.
See if he actually has ice in his veins.
He's only had 2 attempts so far this evening, and he's 1 of 2. Here comes the first, and he walks that one off, and he got it. Here's Johnson and Cicero back onto the floor, so they'll continue to swap things out to have players on the floor that have the ability to foul. Both of them are in foul trouble. Cicero only has 2, surprisingly. Got both. Here's Alexander back for GK. Minute 25 left to go. And Gannon calls a timeout as they are continuing to cook things up here, trying to keep their hopes alive.
Yeah, Gannon just trying to make a game plan here. Quick bucket, foul, quick bucket, foul. That's basically what they're trying to go for here. Maybe 3, maybe drive to the basket, try and draw the foul, get an and 1. But 13 points a minute, 25. I mean, unless you got Tracy McGrady on your team, I don't think it's really possible.
Looking to break things up here. Coach Sanko still trying to explain that game plan coming onto the floor. So just like that, you've got your first home playoff game here since 2008. And if they can continue to grind it out here, let's see our first road playoff game since 2014. Last time the Vulcans played a road playoff game was the 2014 back end of the 2013-14 season. It was on the road at the Mercyhurst Lakers. They dropped that one by 4.
And I believe 2008 was a leap year as well as this year. So very interesting facts coming out.
Parallels starting to pop up here.
There's all connections.
And a foul on Clancy. 3rd on Clancy. Luke House back to the line, continuing to try to drop these free throws in and ice things. House perfect on the day, 4 of 4, make him 5 of 5. 1:03 left to go. Next one for Luke is good. Staying perfect. He's got 6 out of the 6 he's taken.
And you love to see it. He is just very fundamentally sound when it comes to just the game of basketball. He's great in the post, great down low, and great at the foul line.
Johnson drops in a quick 2. Now they'll continue to try to foul. They'll push it long. Here's Hall. Pumped off this one, and now they'll push it inside. A foul called here on Clancy, and that'll be his 4th.
And he had 2 wide open teammates on the other side. Could have got an easy layup.
He was maybe considering rolling back out there and trying to keep the clock rolling, I guess you could say, but just kind of ran out of real estate. It looked like he also thought about maybe trying to take it in quick.
Yeah.
But then you would have given the ball back to Gannon. You don't want to do that. Hall got that one to go. 69-55. One more on the way. See if they can push it to 70. 51 seconds away from a date with the Crimson Hawks on Wednesday night. That one's good as well. Here's Alexander back for the Vulcans.
And now 4 players in double digits for the Vulcans. You got Jermaine Hall, Brent Pegram, Zion Collins, and Luke House all in double figures, or double digits.
Up the floor all the way, ran out of space. Cicero on the cut, was bodied up and fouled by Hall.
Foul number 0, Jermaine Hall, hits 4th.
It's the 4th on Hall.
Deontay Cicero at the line, 2 shots.
We'll send Cicero back for a pair now. He's 3 of 4. Now they have to worry about trying to lock up down along the blocks there, Devin. We've seen it a couple of times. They've been almost caught napping down there, and that's been pulled out right from under them, giving up offensive rebounds.
Yeah, that's That's the name of the game. You gotta. Vulcans just came out in this game, really just put the slap on them. Not early because they were down early, but put the slap on them at the end of the first half, going into the second, and that's just where it really splurged out for the Vulcans.
Rattled in both on that for Cicero. Now here's Alexander. They pass it around. Quick touch. They'll continue to foul here as it's 70-57 with 42 seconds left. It'll be the fourth on Olawoye, and back will the Cal U Vulcans go to the free throw line. Here's Hall testing out the basketball here, ready to go in the first one. It's good, 71-57. They'll continue to swap players in and out for Gannon as Cicero and Johnson are back for Dodds and Harewood.
Two just follow the action. Ready, one, take one.
Back to it here. And that one's off the back. Chased down by Collins, however. He's in the right place, right time. Now they'll foul again. It'll be the third for Cicero. It'll be Zion Collins' turn to the line for the free throw parade. 28th and 29th free throw attempts coming up for Cal U here.
And then exactly what I said earlier, and this is to go to 20 for Collins alone. He just broke the 20 barrier for him. But like I said earlier, you win the free throw battle, you win the game, especially in close games.
I think the free throws are what made this game not close, if you ask me. 21 of 29 compared to Gannon, who also hasn't had a bad day from the line as well, 17-21. There's Jermaine Hall with his fifth foul of the day, so he will be done here with 32.4 seconds left. Hall heads to the bench with 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a steal in 29 minutes played. Great line.
Great line, and the 12 points were really at the end of the game that were key points, key free throws. Just love to see it.
That one rattles around and drops in for Webb. Now 32 seconds away from a win. That one pops out. House grabs it. And looks like they're going to still continue to try to foul here as GK will push this one now. Peagram's got it. He'll put it away. 74-58. There's 25 seconds left on the clock. Here comes Johnson. Almost all said and done. Johnson on the attack. Missed it off the side. Out of bounds it goes, and it will stay with Gannon. 16 seconds left to go. Johnson onto the outside for Clancy. Now Johnson will throw up a falling back shot. Cicero tried to clean it up. Here's a GK. Push it up the floor into the final 10 seconds. They'll dribble it out here down to 4, 3, 2, 1. And party like it's 2008 Cal U. Vulcans get their first home playoff victory for the first time in a long time.
And the madness has begun. So this is a great way to tip it off. Great start for the Vulcans, and I believe that they could keep it going.
That will earn them a date to see the Crimson Hawks Wednesday night, 7:30 from the KCAC. And as always, CUTV will be there. You could join us for full doubleheader playoff action. What's better than a third meeting between Cal U and IUP on both sides of the ball? Men's and women's, it's going to be exciting. 5:30 and 7:30, and you can see us here on CUTV and CUTV Sports 1 Devon.
Yeah, it's going to be lovely. A lovely day or a lovely night in Indiana. So just make sure you stay tuned into CUTV Sports 1.
They've got an opportunity to break a 13-game losing streak against the Crimson Hawks, and that'll all start at 7:30 p.m. Want to thank everybody who joined us on crew here today. Carl Childs, our director, Cole Miller down there on camera 3, Johnny Sakaguchi, a host of others making it work here for us, as well as Gary Smith, and for my color commentator, Devin Harena. Good night, Colin Kirkwood. I am not Colin Kirkwood. Cal, you just botched it. Either way, you know what? I'm so excited about Wednesday. We'll see you then. Just get ready. It's going to be a fun one. Bye.